That was AC/DC, fourth album, third album. I just like to thank. I just like to thank all the earlier speakers for keeping on time. Means I can do all my talk. And I would just like to say that the reason we're here today is through the use of social media in building up the business banter. I started out in business 5 years ago, and most of our clients were in the public sector. In fact, they still remain within the public sector. But 18 months ago, I realised that that wasn't the place to be, wasn't the space to be in, and I had to move our business model from that sector into the other areas, the sort of corporate world, the small business world. I was fortunate enough to be invited to what was called a tweet up, and I had been using Twitter for a number of months, and people would say follow me and I would follow you, follow me, follow you, but I didn't know who they were. Just seemed nice people online. Some of the things they said were garbage, you know, about breakfast we're having and one thing and another. But I got an invite to the tweet up, and I went along, and there was 100 people there. And they got a wee badge that says I was Glasgow Jackie, and folk would come up to me and say, oh, so you're Glasgow Jackie, and then turn away and walk away from me. But at the end of that evening, when I was going home, I'm thinking, do you know what, that is a really, really good idea. That is a group of people who have used the virtual networks that they have to bring together people in a face-to-face environment. And the next morning, I was walking into the office, and I thought, do you know, I could do that for LinkedIn. At that time, I had about 100, maybe 150 contacts, and I was in a number of groups, various Chamber of Commerce, entrepreneur groups, and one thing, business groups anyway. And I went on to 4 or 5 of these discussion forums, and I said, who wants to come for a cup of coffee next Thursday morning in one of the other coffee houses in town? Anytime between 7:30 and 9:30, maybe meet a few people you've never met and expand your business network. Well, to cut a long story short, 26 people came along a year ago, and we've been running that event every week since. And the regulars who are here today will tell you and testify that on a busy Thursday we could have 50, 60 people in here on a Thursday morning, chatting away, building the business relationships that we all want to develop. Since I started that, as I said, just over 12 months ago, there's 500 people, over 500 people have came along to these various business banters. And of the 500, I knew probably less than 50 before us. That's 450 new contacts that I have made in that time. And it's all about doing a wee bit of putting a wee bit of effort into developing the messages that you put out. We have constantly tweeted and retweeted every week. We've built a blog. We've developed pages for people. We've continued interaction beyond the sort of Thursday mornings. And every week we get new people coming along because they've heard about what's going on here. They feel it's a nice and relaxed atmosphere to come along and build the networks. And I think without social media, that wouldn't have happened. There was no way that I could have built a database of contacts in so quickly a time without the interaction that social media offers. And the fact that so many people were actually happy to support us. And I think that's something that we've got to take notice of, that people are willing to help you. If you put messages out and ask people to come along to events or to retweet, they're more than happy to do it. If you ask them to link in with you, within reason, the vast majority of people will link in with you. They might not have any social interaction with you, but they're willing to do it, and that presence enables you to leverage some of the other activities that are going on. So for me, the opportunity this week to host 5 events and to bring people together is really a testament to the work that's been carried out in the past year. It was dead easy to get the 30 speakers. Really, really easy, because I had either had contacts with them through social media, or I knew people for the first time that I met, and I said in this past year, who were then able to direct me to some of the speakers that we've seen today. And I think with the exception of Martin, I didn't know any of the speakers a year ago. Apart from myself, obviously, and I knew myself by looking in the mirror. But apart from that, we were able to get a variety of information out this week, and I hope that if you take anything away from today, like Stuart said earlier, there is bits of information from each of the speakers here today, and I hope that everybody can take away at least 1 or 2 nuggets of information from each of them that you can then develop in your own social media strategy and pass the word on, because I think this week is really a great week for Glasgow. It's a great week to take social media forward, and I think there is going to be a lot of information, a lot of learning that we can all take out from the rest of the week. So I'm going to end there. You'll be glad to know. I'd like to thank you all for coming. I hope to see some of you later on this week as we develop the programme, and I'm glad to see that all the speakers are still here. So if you've got any particular questions for any of us, then I hope this is the time to make that happen. And once again, thanks very much. Thank you.